So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Damian Gutierrez from the band Cannibal Kids. What the hell's up, bro?
All right, ask him some questions today about their newest single, Jeans. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
So far, it's been really cool. I mean, we come from an indie pop world, so releasing a more subdued emo track to me felt like a pop song, but I know to most people who heard it were kind of like, man, this is so emo, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the response has been wonderful, and we worked so hard on the music video that came out just a few weeks ago, and to get all the beautiful responses we've gotten is, I don't know, it's what makes it all worth it, you know.
The music video is sick.
Thank you very
really
much.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks.
So is there any meaning behind the single name or the cover art?
Yeah, so the name is multi-layered, and that's kind of how I always approach things, like there's layers to this. So the idea of the word jeans to me is a term of endearment. So I think of the word jeans as like babe or sweetheart or whatever. And the term kind of comes from the idea of like when you're really in love with somebody, you let them wear your pants, you know? And I think that's a small gesture of love, and that I wanted to highlight on the song through the title. So that's more or less where that idea comes from. Because in the promotion for the song, one of the things we asked our audience is like, who wears your jeans? Mm-hmm. You know, who's wearing your pants?
Yeah.
You know?
That's very cool.
So that's kind of where it comes from.
And the cover art.
The cover art. So the cover art's really, really cool. It's kind of half an idea that I'm kind of holding back on. Well, no, whatever. We're on the podcast. Let's just
come on.
Let's just say
we've got all the time.
This is really exclusive. So a part of the new series of Cannibal Kids singles is going to be including these kaiju monsters. It's kind of a theme we played with last year, and we were going to continue, or in 2020, we played a little bit of it in 2021, and now we're going to continue it in 2022. The idea of Cannibal Kids having their own lore of kaiju monsters. So the first set of hands that we've seen are of the jeans monster, and that's the kaiju monster kind of represents, you know, kind of hand over fist, like the demons that we deal with, the things that we're hiding from, the things that we're scared of. In this instance, it's a breakup song. So those hands that are on my shoulder and on my head are the actual representation of being held down by those feelings, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Cool. And actually the cover was made by my best friend, Brianna Piedra, who also directed the music video.
Oh, wow.
And she is a phenomenal artist, probably one of the greatest artists I've ever known. She's done so much artwork for Cannibal Kids. She's like the unspoken fifth member of the band, because she knows Cannibal Kids visually inside and out. And her and I worked really closely on that cover. And yeah, we shot it outside of the guitarist Dustin's house. We shot it super quick, edited that thing up. It was ready within a few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So can you tell us a little about your writing process for the single?
Great question. So this is one of those songs that I didn't expect to take this long. Jeans, the infant idea, was made in like 2019, and it kind of stayed on the hard drive for a little while until I want to say middle of 2022. We brought it back from the hard drive, and I remember hearing it and being like, this is a single. Like, I don't want to rush this song at all. I want to take as much time as needed. So the song ended up taking about a few months. And this is one of those songs that we wrote inside of the box. So a lot of musicians will use this term when we refer to writing music on a computer. So we didn't write this song in a room amongst us with our gear and our equipment, and Luke on drums and me on a mic and guitar. Like, this was strictly made on a computer. And that's kind of a style we've been working on, writing style that we've been working on since like 2019, 2020. This kind of gives us the freedom to like work on a project. Somebody can like touch it, then pass it on to somebody else. I can sit there and work on it, then I can pass it on to somebody else. And this process happened over the course of a few months, back and forth, until we eventually finished the song.
So like moving to like working on the computer, was your, like, you said you started that like late 2019. I guess that moving into like the pandemic and writing during the pandemic was an easier transition for you guys than most bands?
Yeah, I would say so. It's kind of the future of where music's headed anyways. I'm happy that we've naturally geared towards that. It allows us to write remotely. It also allows all of us to independently produce. So that's one thing that a lot of bands, in our world don't necessarily do. All three of us produce. So it's just really cool because I can hear the raw idea, the sonic idea that one of my band members is saying, rather than him just going, "Oh, bro, it's gonna go to A, it's gonna go to D minor." It's like, I don't know what are you talking about? Let me just hear your idea, and it's a really cool way of writing.
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. And one more thing about this song is that I remember Dustin. This inception of the idea was Dustin's idea, and he had literally just the intro was just that filtered part with the synth, and then it opens up to the verse with the synth. And I remember hearing that and just being like, dude, give me the project right now. And the energy was just so alive. And I remember being like, I remember everybody being like, this isn't a Cannibal Kids song. And I remember showing it to my producer at our label, Shamax Records, and then being like, this is a Cannibal Kids song. And I was like, why couldn't it be? And that's why it came out. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this track and the meaning behind it.
Oh, this is so crazy. So I'm going to give you guys like the most raw answer to this question.
All right.
This song is pretty heavy. It's probably the most personal, open song that I've ever written, put out. Because it's about some real shit. It's about real people. And I want to be sensitive to that because it's like a crazy thing to be able to write music and then talk about it. And then being on the other end of that, like I'd imagine that's also a crazy experience. But my favorite favorite line is in the beginning of it, which is, it says, she said that she might have cancer. I don't really know because we don't talk about it. And the reason why I resonated so much with that line is I was trying to figure out how to talk about that in a respectful but interesting, artful way. And sometimes you get so caught up in the metaphor about, oh, like, what is this? But something about saying the words directly and just saying what it is extremely powerful to me. And I usually gear towards lyricism like that. That's really explicit. I love like very flowery language, very symbolic, super heavy metaphor, hand over fist kind of songwriting. But I also really love when songwriters just say what it is. And when I was writing the song, the person who I was writing it about, I wasn't talking to at the time. And I fully intended the song to just be for that person. I wrote it as if it was a letter to them, not really thinking about the audience or who else would listen to it. So when I wrote that line down, I remember thinking and being like, I don't know if I'm going to get pushback for this line or if my bandmates are going to think it's interesting or if it's not right to say this, but I trusted my gut there and my guys trusted me and everybody around me trusted me. And I was really happy with that line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But there's also there's a lot of lines in that song that I really like.
Sure.
Has the person that you wrote the song about heard the song since then, or do you not know? Okay.
Yeah, they have. Okay. Yeah.
What'd they think of it? If you don't mind me asking.
No, of course. Yeah. They enjoyed it. They really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Good. So where was your headspace at while you're writing this single?
So this song kind of like transformed a lot. Originally, it was going to be a story about several people around me who were kind of going through shit, like just heavy shit. And then I kind of, in the writing of it, I was like, I don't think I have enough in me to say all that much about their situation. And I kind of just fell back into, let me just talk about me for a second. And, I'm sorry, I kind of went on a tangent. What was the question?
Headspace while writing the single.
Oh, my headspace. Yeah, my headspace was very heavy and just distorted. And I kind of let myself marinate in those emotions when writing these songs because I am trying to produce something that's really real, That was my motive with this song. It's like, you need to be as real as possible. This needs to, don't cut any corners. And every line refers to something that is really happened. And even the music video is full. Every scene, every moment of that music video was based on something real. Yeah.
Very cool.
Wow. So completely unfiltered.
Yeah, I tried to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're a songwriter, you hold back, you know, sometimes it's like, because you think about the other person, you think about like, you know, tens of thousands of people are going to listen to this. This is not a thing, or there's a little bit of responsibility on the artist's shoulders on how they portray this information. And I take it very seriously when I write, but sometimes that can keep you from wanting to say exactly what you want to say. So I don't know. Lately, I've just been kind of like not giving a fuck and just wanting to say what I want to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
So, how do you recommend your fans to listen to the single for the first time? Should they play in the dark with friends, at the gym with headphones on?
Okay.
Should they blast at a party?
No, that's great. This Gene specifically, not all Cannibal Kids music, but Gene specifically should be blasted on the highway.
Ooh.
This is like a 85 miles an hour to, well, let's not encourage that fast. Let's say 60 miles an hour.
60 miles an hour. Okay.
Around 60 to 65 miles an hour. You roll the windows down, you put this on, like you really think about where you're at, you know?
All right.
Okay.
That's the kind of vibe for that song.
I feel like I have to ask, since you already said, you know, the exact miles per hour you're supposed to go and the windows are down. What like time is it that you should listen to it?
Nighttime for sure.
Okay.
Nighttime.
This entire song was nearly written in a car.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
I do a lot of my lyricism and like melody constructing driving. I don't know why. It's extremely stimulating to me, I think. So when I work in stagehands, so sometimes I'm coming home super late, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So when I'm driving highways in Florida, there's just a long stretch of 30, 40 miles. That's like when I get my like creative juices happening.
Yeah.
Certainly hope you're not actively writing.
No. You
pen and paper.
You're not gonna see me pen and paper. What you will see me doing is like on my steering wheel, like starting the track over and over again. And like I'll be like sitting there like, oh fuck, let me try this, and like keep going, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you'll see. You won't see.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, no, dude. I got the 5.7 here. I got a Focusrite. I got the laptop. Like we're really making scratch demos on the highway.
Of course.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this single for new listeners in 3 words, no more, no less.
Gloomy, addictive, dancey.
Okay.
Ooh,
I like that.
Yeah, that's perfect. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want this track to invoke in your listeners?
I don't personally have anything to say to the listener, like as far as what you should feel. You know, some people have told me that the song has resonated with them as far as the energy. It makes them feel like they want to dance. This is like a cross between pop and rock and a really interesting dancey emo flavor. And I think that's super valid. But some people have said this song is extremely resonated. I've been through situations similarly. I have loved and it has fallen apart. And this song resonates with me in that way. Listen, man, listen to the song, feel however the fuck you want to feel. It's not mine anymore. It's yours, you know?
Wow.
Right. So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this track, if any?
I was, you know, one that really kept in my mind as far as visuals go was Linkin Park in a funny way. Just kind of like that whole new metal, like Y2K vibes, which is something we chased after for the video too. What's the music video for Breaking the Habit? He like jumps off this, it's like an anime music video. It's super badass. He like jumps off a roof off the building, which is when we were conceptualizing the music video. I was like, oh my God, like the fucking Linkin Park music video. And then we all sat there and watched and we're like, just like this, like we want it to look like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess a little bit of Linkin Park. But in general, I really wasn't trying to reference any specific bands or anything. Yeah. I will say melodically though, like the actual melody itself is a little bit of like hip hop pop music. If you just take the raw melody itself, it kind of feels like it could be in a Drake song, to be honest.
Great.
But
All
that's
right.
you know, taking away from the music, just the actual melody itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. So what is your favorite memory that you made while creating the single?
Favorite memory. I think my favorite memory, and anytime you're recording a song, is like when it's around the 50 to 70% range, when it's not totally finished, but when it hasn't totally just begun. And my favorite memories are like listening to the song, like the scratch demo over and over again, like feeling super inspired and being like, yo, this is gonna be fire. Like, I can't wait. I have a distinct memory of showing two friends of mine, and they're not musicians, and I rarely show like non-music friends anything. I rarely show anybody anything until it's finished. You can even ask like my significant other, my parent, like everybody who knows me, like I don't share anything.
Yeah.
But I remember showing the scratch demo to two friends, and they were like, whoa, like this is kind of crazy. And their both names are Eric. And I remember it was like late 2020 that I had shown them, and they were like, this is really cool. So I respect them. They're awesome artists. So
hell yeah.
Visual artists,
So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Ooh, trail mix and chocolate milk, bro. Okay. Trail mix and chocolate milk. That's my shit right there.
Okay.
Can't emphasize it enough. Yeah.
All right.
Are you the type of person who picks around the raisins in the trail mix?
No. Everything. You scoop it all up. And I'm also talking not just like party mix. It's not a party mix dude here.
Oh,
we got like the cheddar heavy ones. We got like the ones that are more like raisin heavy. I just had one the other day. It was almonds, walnuts, dried raspberry, and dark chocolate. It was
that sounds good.
Phenomenal. Yeah, huge fan of trail mix.
Love that. All right.
Perfect. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
I was gonna make an awful joke.
Go on, make it. Come on.
In 5 years, I hope to be able to sustain a financial state in music. I hope to be able to be like a low tier banging band that it's like weekend warriors. Like, you got to catch these guys, like, you know, like musicians. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's my dream, is to just kind of sit in that world. And in 5 years, who knows, man? I'll just put out a couple more records, tour a few more times, and do it until I can't. That's really the motive.
Fair enough.
Perfect.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
On death row.
Death row?
You're dying right now.
Yeah, I'm dying right now. Can I get some honestly, the classic, this is all I want. Yellow rice, refried beans, and like 3 al pastor y piña tacos. That's it. That's all I want. I could die right there.
Do you have a drink with that?
Oh, a drink? Sweet tea.
Sweet tea?
Yeah, sweet tea.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's good. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Cool. That's a crazy question. It's either between like the MCU, where I can have powers too. Like, I want to live in the Marvel world and like hang out with Daredevil and Spider-Man and stuff like that. Or cool. Like perhaps like the Naruto universe would be pretty cool, you know?
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Wait. So if you were in the MCU, what power would you want to have?
The power of telekinesis. That's what I want, like, to be able to like levitate things, like kind of have like Magneto powers, but like not like so like brainy. It's more like coming from my hands, like it's a magic basically.
Okay.
Right. That's perfect. Yeah.
So I've asked the last question, and every single person we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Oh, fuck. Like, if you just ask me, like, gun to my head, $100 on the table, it's green. It's green for sure. And it's like a dark foresty green, like this shirt that my webcam can't really show too well. But a dark foresty green followed by this blue, like this royal blue.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah,
cool.
That's good.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Yeah, man. Check us. My name is, once again, Damian Gutierrez from the band Cannibal Kids. Please follow us on any social platform on the handle at Cannibal Kids. Go to our website, cannibalkids.com, to get some tickets. We're about to go on tour in March with Raquel Lilly, the legendary Twitch streamer. We also are running a campaign on Indiegogo if you would like to pick up a few perks, some exclusive merchandise, a private show to help us get to the West Coast in March. And also follow us on our brand new Twitch channel, our Twitch/Cannibal Kids. I'm going to start streaming with the homies, and it's going to be super fun. A lot of music content. We want to see the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a DIY artist. Then come check it out. Join the army.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Of course. Thank you for now. That's been Damian from Cannibal Kids, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.